Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are doing something really fun. We're diving into an English lesson that's all about movies. Honestly, learning with movies is just a fantastic, natural way to boost your English. So today, we're going to pick up some great new words, do a little listening practice, and most importantly, get you speaking out loud. Here is exactly what we're tackling today. First up, essential movie vocabulary. Then, a quick listening story, followed by a comprehension check to see what you caught. After that, we'll chat about Hollywood and culture. And finally, we'll wrap up with some active speaking practice. All right, part 1, essential movie vocabulary. Let's jump right in and look at some absolutely crucial words. We've got 9 new words lined up for you today. Box office, across, nonetheless, domestic, tender, dazzling, intriguing, predictable, and suspenseful. These are words native speakers use all the time when chatting about films, so you'll definitely want these in your back pocket. Let's start with box office. We use this phrase to talk about a movie that is a huge, massive financial success. Think about a blockbuster like Avatar. If you hear a movie is a box office hit, it literally means millions of people bought tickets, and it pulled in a ton of cash. Moving on to nonetheless. It's a really great transition word that essentially means despite that or even so. So you might say, the movie was 3 hours long, but nonetheless, I really enjoyed it. We're also looking at tender, which means gentle and full of love. Oh, and intriguing. That's a perfect word when something is just super interesting and catches your attention. Okay, part 2, listening practice. Let's see how these words actually sound in a natural story. So I want you to listen closely to this little anecdote about a trip to the cinema and keep an ear out for our new vocabulary. Ready? Okay, here we go. Last weekend, my friends and I went to watch this brand new adventure movie. It was a massive box office success, and people across the whole world were talking about it. The story was intriguing right from the very first scene. I mean, there were so many suspenseful moments where we honestly had no idea what was going to happen next. The actors were top-notch, and the special effects, absolutely dazzling. But beneath all the action, there was actually a really tender story about friendship. And the best part? The ending was not predictable at all. Every single person in the cinema was completely shocked. I absolutely loved it. Right, part 3, story comprehension check. Let's test those listening skills. Here is your first question. Think back to the story you just heard. Was the ending predictable? Go ahead and say your answer out loud right now. The answer is no. It surprised everyone in the theater. Remember, if a movie is predictable, you know exactly how it's going to end from a mile away. But because this one wasn't predictable, it kept everyone on the edge of their seats. Okay, let's try one more. Again, answer out loud if you can. Were the special effects good? Spot on. Yes, they were absolutely dazzling. You know, dazzling is such a fantastic upgrade from just saying something was very good. It really paints a picture that the effects were stunning and visually impressive. Moving into part 4, Hollywood, culture, and books. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture of global versus domestic films. So Hollywood movies do a lot to teach us about American culture, right? They have this massive global reach, meaning people are watching them literally everywhere. Now, they do often rely on stereotypes like the classic action hero or crazy over-the-top adventures. But that global reach actually influences fashion and music worldwide. On the flip side, we have domestic movies. These are made right in your own country, and they're so important because they tell unique, authentic stories about your own local culture. Now, as you probably know, a lot of films are based on books, and this always sparks that classic debate. Is the movie ever actually as good as the book? I mean, a book forces you to use your imagination to build the world, whereas a movie just serves up those dazzling effects directly to your eyes. It's a really great topic to debate with your friends next time you're practicing your English. And now, part 5, your turn to speak. This is the most important part of the explainer, where you take the wheel. Let's practice with some short phrases. I want you to try using these to build your own simple sentences right now. We have tender love story, dazzling effects, intriguing mystery, predictable ending, and suspenseful thriller. So, for example, you could say something like, that new sci-fi movie has dazzling effects. Go on, give it a try. Say a sentence out loud right now. Next up, I'm going to give you some prompts, and I'd love for you to pause and answer these out loud. What is your absolute favorite movie? What are your go-to genres? Action, comedy, romance? Is there a movie you've watched over and over again? Why? I can't stress this enough. Actually speaking out loud is the real secret to making your English grow.
So tell me, what is the best movie you have ever seen? And on the flip side, what is the worst? Was the bad one just way too predictable? Was the good one intriguing from beginning to end? Try to weave your new vocabulary words into your explanation.
To wrap things up, I want to leave you with a really fun, kind of provocative thought. If a Hollywood studio decided to make a movie about your life, who would they cast to play you? What kind of music would be on the soundtrack? And would it be a laugh-out-loud comedy or maybe a tender romance? Think about it. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today. Keep practicing those new words, and I'll catch you next time.